Hello BookTube, happy Friday and welcome to a Friday Reads. Today is the 6th of August and my name is Sarah and welcome. So as usual in my Friday Reads videos, I'm going to share with you what I'm reading on Friday and over the course of the weekend. Instead of giving you guys a book haul, because I don't have necessarily a book haul per se, but I do have packages that are books that were received in the mail today. So yes, I do have a book haul, but it's this big. And this is book adjacent. And what else do I want to share with you? Some knitting stuff real quick. First of all, I do want to apologize for not getting a video out on Thursday. I had recorded a tag video that I was tagged in by the lovely Lindsay over at The Wandering Reader. And I moved it over to my computer and I went to start editing it, and I deleted it off my phone first, of course, because that's always the way these things work, and the file was corrupted, so I lost it, which in a way was the BookTube gods telling me that that video didn't need to go up because it ended up being really long and ranty. So it was probably for the best that it didn't go up. But anyway, I have that tag that I really want to do. Plus, I was just tagged by Olive, of all people. I was tagged by Olive. I was so thrilled over to Book Olive, of course, and now I'm going to lose my voice, for a tag that she just created that went up today that I want to watch. And what I'm thinking about is I might do, because I do have a backlog of tags that I've been tagged in, is that I might do like this Saturday and next Saturday, do a couple of like tags, like extra fun Saturday videos just for funsies. Because why not? If Steve can put out 18 videos a day, I can put out a couple extra videos a week. So I think that's fair. So anyway, we don't want this to be a long video, so let's jump in and get started. So what am I going to be reading this weekend? I do not have my tablet because, as usual, this is Thursday night when I'm filming this, and it's just kind of been a whirlwind since I got off work. I left work early. I had to go get my oil change done in my car. And that took a bit longer than I anticipated, and I stopped and got dinner because I didn't want to come home and cook. And now I'm kind of rushing around and I just want to sit down and relax. So let's get into it. So I'm going to put the pictures up here. I just don't have my tablet. So first of all, the print book that not print book, but the ebook that I'm going to be reading this weekend is an ARC. It is a book that's coming out at the end of this month, and it is An Alaskan Christmas. I think that's what it's called. An Alaskan Christmas by Jennifer Snow. This is the first book in a series, and I can't remember the name of the series, but of course I'll talk about it next week when I finish the book, so you guys will get my full review on it. But I'm super excited about starting this book. It is a Christmas book. Jennifer Snow, I've never read her before. I have some of her books, but I haven't actually read her before, but I'm super looking forward to this one. It takes place at Christmas time and in Alaska. What's not to love? My current audiobook is called A Perfect Obsession by Heather Graham. This is book 2 in the New York Confidential series. This one, as I said, I'm listening to on audio. I've already started it and I'm liking it so far. It follows the same 2 characters from the first book, which I think is kind of a nice change when it comes to romantic suspense novels, that typically each story you get a different 2 main characters, like your love interest characters. But obviously, they're not quickly just getting married at the end of the book, like, oftentimes does happen. So they're still just dating each other, and she is a psychologist and he is an FBI agent. And there has been a dead woman who has been found in a crypt below a very, very old church that has been deconsecrated and turned now into a nightclub called Le Vampire, of all things. So that's about the point that I'm at now, is that they found this woman. And so far I'm enjoying it. It's a nice kind of spookier book for the fall season, which has very quickly come. Summer just packed its bags and left without even a goodbye. And now we've got fall. I, for one, am not complaining because, as I said before, this is my favorite season. My current Babysitter's Club book that I'm reading, I'm a little over halfway through this one, is Jessie and the Dance School Mystery, I think it's called. I want to say it's number 42 in the series, but don't quote me. The picture, of course, will be up here. So Jessie has gotten the lead in the, she's a ballerina, and she's gotten the lead in her ballet school's production of Sleeping Beauty. And obviously, we know it's another student is causing pranks. They stole her toe shoes. They stole her extra uniform. They are leaving her like notes, like saying beware and stuff like that. So she's trying to figure out what's going on and who's doing these pranks that have become a bit dangerous because somebody pranked her and left like water on the floor when she was doing like a jump. She slipped and, I mean, she could have broken her ankle. It could have been a career-ending injury. I mean, she's only 11, but you know, ballerinas, right from when you're little, you are training to be a ballerina, you know? It's not something, sadly, that you pick up in your 40s and go, hey, you know what I'd like to be when I grow up? You train for that since you're a kid, kind of an idea. But anyway, yeah, so I'm enjoying that one. And last but not least, oh, of course, I left it up here in my basket. Excuse me, just a second. I've showed you guys my basket, right? I have a basket here that I keep all of my currently reading books in and my book sleeves, and it sits up here. I bought that at the dollar store for $4 whole. I think it was a pretty good purchase if you ask me. But the last book that I am reading, and I'm reading a little bit of date, you guys can see all of the page markers I have in here. So this I'll be reading over the course of about 3 weeks, and this is with Courtney over at the Cortagonist and Lisa Latte Books. They have the Cozy Escape Book Club, I think it's called, and this is the book for September, and it is called Death by Coffee by Alex Erickson. This is the first book in a bookstore cafe mystery series. And a man has come into the cafe. The cafe is just opened. It's their first day in business. And he's kind of rude. And the guy who always dies in Cozy Mysteries is always a very unlikable character, right? It's never somebody's sweet old grandmother or aunt. It's always a guy that we don't like. But anyway, he comes in and he's kind of like snarky and rude. And then a couple hours later, he winds up dead. And it was from he ingested peanuts and he has a peanut allergy. And he didn't have his EpiPen for some reason. So our main character, Chrissy, is actually the daughter of a very well-known mystery writer. And the store, the coffee shop is called Death by Coffee. And of course, their first day open, somebody dies a couple hours after drinking their coffee. So, you know, that's not so great for business. But so she wants to try and figure out the mystery because she's always liked mysteries and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one quite a bit. I've been keeping up on my daily reads. I'm about 66 pages through this so far. So yeah, like I said, it's about 3 weeks that they give you to kind of read this, like chapters 1 through 10 the first week, and then 11 through 20, and then 21 through 29, I guess. So yeah, and then there's a live show at the end, which I'm super looking forward to. So that'll be a lot of fun. And I want to be able to participate and discuss the book. So I want to get this one done. So let's get into the packages, you guys. So I have, I think, 2 from Book Depository, and one, this small one, this really thin one, it's not a slim volume of poetry, is from S.J. Wonderlands, which has my favorite bookmarks ever. I just ordered a whole bunch more, so I'm waiting for those to come in. And isn't it sad that I can't remember what I ordered? Ooh, many packages in here. What have we got? What have we got? So I've got, oh, I remember what I got now. Okay, excellent. So empty package. We'll put that down there. So we'll go for the bookmarks first. I will leave link to her Etsy shop in the description box below. She just listed all her Halloween and fall bookmarks, and I am all for it. I really, really cannot wait to get them, because I did order, I think I ordered 8 of them, you guys, because I have a bookmark problem now. So I only got 2 this round. The first one I got, and I love this one. I think she does all the drawings herself, and it's What Would Scarlett O'Hara Do? And I'm such a big fan of Gone with the Wind. I had to have this one. She's got lots of different ones, like what would Jane Eyre do? Or what would, you know, Elizabeth Bennet do? And stuff like that. Like, you know, for Austen characters, but other fandoms as well. So yeah, so I really, really like that one. I thought it was really, and in the iconic green dress that she made from the curtains. Still one of my favorite scenes in the movie. This dress, my favorite dresses in the movie, and I had at one point, I don't have them anymore, I think I sold them. I had collector edition Barbie dolls. One in this dress. I had one in the red dress, the one that she wore to Ashley's party. And I didn't have it, but I wanted it, was the first dress, the dress that she wore to the barbecue, right when the Civil War started. Those ones I love. Those are like my 3 favorite dresses in the movie. But I mean, of course, the book is still one of my favorites. Problematic or not, it's still one of my favorite books. But anyway, yeah, so I had to get that one. But my favorite of this one is, sorry, side note, the Carol Burnett show, when she does the bit, and she's dressed in this green dress, and she's got like the hanger from the curtain rod. I still love that. And then the other bookmark that I got, yes, like I said, I got 2. It says between the pages of a book, or between the pages, yeah, of a book is a lovely place to be. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys, with the cup of tea? And then all these book titles, it says like historical fiction, magic, pirates, The Game of Chess, mystery, fairy tales, love stories. I think that's fantastic. I just thought, and I like how it represented all different types of genres of books. So yeah, so I got those. And then the other smaller little package in here, yay. And I'm glad. I was wondering why she put a piece of cardboard with the bookmarks, but it's because I got a pin too. And so that way the pin didn't crush the bookmarks, which is great. So thank you for awesome packaging. Ooh, let me get this open. I cannot wait to see this. I saw this one and it was a second, I guess because it was slightly off or something like that. But I'm like, she said you probably wouldn't even notice. And I don't really. And it says, these are a few of my favorite things. And it's got, let me cover my face. And it's got the black cat over the books. I mean, come on. Sorry, it's not going to focus that well. I will post pictures of these on Instagram. So if you want to see a bit of a closer look at it, but she's got some awesome, awesome pins that she does. I really love it. I think I'm going to put this on one of the book sleeves that I got from Jess over at Peace Love Books from Ardent Admirations. So yeah, so that's that package. Now let's get into the books. So I got this little package here and I know what this is. I ordered this last week, like last Saturday from Book Depository, and I'm shocked that it's already here. If it's what I think it is. Is it? It is too. Holy cow. So was it last Friday that I mentioned it? Or it was in a video like last week about starting a book club. And I want to start in October. And the first book I'm thinking about reading is The Cottage on Pumpkin and Vine. And I ordered a copy from Book Depository because Amazon did not have any. Amazon had them, but like it was from like a secondary seller, and it was going to be like 2 months to ship to me potentially because I'm in Canada, and evidently this is like another, you know, not even just another country, it's another planet, and it takes forever to get stuff here. When it doesn't, it takes less than a week. People at Book Depository are awesome. But this is by Kate Angel, Jennifer Dawson, and Charla Lovelace. So these are 3 anthologies. So stay tuned next week. I'm going to talk more about this book club coming. Lindsay from The Wandering Reader had some fantastic suggestions, including, you know, saying yes, she wanted to co-host with me, so yay. And the potential of a different book too, maybe, as well. But I really think this one's going to be, there's a potential that there might be 2 books for the month of October. So, like I said, stay tuned for that video coming next week when I'm going to talk all about the book club. I am going to message Lindsay first just to make sure she's on board with my suggestions. So I believe these are 3 short stories in here. So yay, I'm glad I got this. And of course, because it's Book Depository, you always get another bookmark because I have a problem and I need all the bookmarks. So this one says, like this bookmark, I'm usually tucked into a book. That's cute. I think this is a duplicate though. I might have this one already. I will have to look through my Book Depository bookmark collection. And then the big package is also from Book Depository. I'm pretty sure this is just 1 book, but we shall see because I ordered 3. So I don't know if it's all 3 or if it's just 1. Yoink. Is there anything better than getting book mail? Oh, it is all 3. Oh, how exciting. So I had to get more Christmas books, and I order these from Book Depository because I am addicted to the UK covers. The UK trade paperback covers of romance novels are the stuff. Like, I love them. So this first one is by Tilly Tennant, who is fast becoming a favorite author of mine. I reviewed 2 of her books for NetGalley, and I absolutely love her stuff. And this is A Very Vintage Christmas by Tilly Tennant. She is a UK-based author as well. Yeah, so this is just, if you're looking for a sweep you off your feet romance that will warm you through and through, then the door to Forget-Me-Not Vintage is always open. Perfect for fans of Jane Lindfoot, Debbie Johnson, and Jenny Colgan. So yeah, I cannot wait. I love it. And is it just me, or do like the pages seem like extra white and bright and pretty? And I just, yay. This is going to be such a fun read. Oh, and look at the spine. So this is from Bookouture is the publisher who publishes her work. I follow them on Twitter and Instagram and all the things. So I do love her work, and I definitely recommend that you check it out. The next one, I'm saving one for last, and I know which one it is. Why don't I just open it more? You guys can't see it. Nope, that's the one I'm saving for last. This one. Oh, I just thought, I read this author last year too, or earlier this year for NetGalley, and another UK-based author, and again, gorgeous, gorgeous book. The Christmas Promise by Sue Moorcroft. So you guys are kind of getting a sneak peek at my potential for my December TBR. This is from Avon Books. Oh, HarperCollins in the UK, I guess. For Ava Blissum, it's going to be A Christmas to Remember. On a snowy December evening, Sam Jameson steps into the life of bespoke hat maker Ava. Sparks fly, and not necessarily the good ones. Times are tough for Ava. She's struggling to make ends meet. Her ex-boyfriend is a bully, and worst of all, it's nearly Christmas. So when Santa commissions Ava to make a hat for someone special, she makes a promise that will change her life. She just doesn't know it yet. Does that not sound adorably delightful? And can we talk about that cover? Guys, I'm telling you, if you're romance junkies, there are some amazing UK authors that we just don't hear about here. And I just will go on Book Depository and just scour to see what I can find. Like both these authors I've read before, but there are so many more that I've never even heard of. And the covers, come on, the covers. You know that here in the US you would get, and there's nothing wrong with them, but you'd get your atypical. Do I have any here? Okay. And again, I like these too. Please don't get me wrong. But you'd get a cover like that, which is, I mean, it's gorgeous. But isn't there just something just so utterly charming about that? If I had a choice, I would pick this over this type of cover any day. That's just me. So yeah. And then the last book, for something completely different. I got thinking about books I wanted to read in October. Because October's Halloween. It's a little scary, it's a little spooky, it's a little dark. And I wanted to start reading, or I wanted to read another one by this author. I read Rebecca a couple years ago on my mother's urging. It's one of her favorite books of all time. And I finally read it and I loved it. And I wanted to try another one of her books. And I went on Book Depository because, of course, you can find all the best covers on Book Depository. Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier. So this will be getting read in October and I cannot wait. So if anyone wants to do a read along or a buddy read of this with me, if you haven't read it, I'm very much looking forward to it. But can we talk about that cover? Like, is that not like skull and crossbones, you guys? Come on. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I have no idea what this is about. A perfect fusion of gothic romance and a young woman's rite of passage in the vein of Twilight and Wuthering Heights. Well, there's two books I never thought to ever put together. Twilight and Wuthering Heights. Neither of which I've read. But yeah, if you guys have read this, let me know your thoughts on it. Did you like it as much as Rebecca? You know, like, I know it's going to be a different story, but I'm totally down for it. And I really want to collect all of the books in these editions because, I mean, even the spine, you guys, like the skull and crossbones. Yeah, I'm talking as if that's cute. He's so cute and little skull and crossbones. He's sweet. All right. Clearly it's late. Oh, I forgot the bookmark. Hold on. You can't throw away the Book Depository freebie bookmark. Oh, I don't think I have this one. I'm reading from cover to cover. It takes pages. I love it. Oh, that's cute. I love the series that they did a while back of, do I have them here handy? I think one might be in a book. Oh, it is too. The series that they did where they had people design them and they were like obviously from different books and stuff. So hold on, let me pull this out and show you. This is my favorite. I've hung on to it and I'm trying to make sure I never lose this one. But this is one that was designed by somebody, by a customer. And all the stamps that you can see, and I'm so thrilled I got this one. All the stamps, because surprisingly, I really don't order that often from Book Depository. I might start to make it a thing. I know Karen from Rather Be Reading. She does like monthly orders from Book Depository or something. But anyway, all of the stamps are from like places, like in books. So the bottom one is Wonderland. And it says, you know, November 26, 1865, which is when it was published. Land of Immigration for Oz, 1900. The Mermaid's Lagoon, 1904. I'm guessing that's Peter Pan. The Cloakroom, in Carrie Prevel. That's the only one I don't think I know. It's from 1950. Because these are all kids' stories. Is that like a children's story? You guys are all going to spout off in the comments. And June 1997, of course, the top one is Harry Potter. And it's got the train on it. King's Crossing, 9 3/4. I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's one of my favorite bookmarks anyway. So, okay, so there's all the book stuffs. Now, let me quickly get into my knitting and show you what is going on the needles. Because guys, I have barely picked up anything over the last week knitting related. I have picked up tons of yarn. I have been stash diving for like 4 days because I have the biggest urge to cast on a new shawl. I have been knitting sweaters and socks and I need something different. And I wanted to knit a shawl. I wanted something relatively mindless, but just with enough something to keep it interesting. So I was going through my patterns, I was trying to decide, and I actually for a bit, and you might have seen the picture if you follow me on Instagram, that I posted that I want to reknit the Find Your Fade shawl, which is this massive, huge shawl, which I love knitting, but I will be honest and say it's not the easiest shawl in the world to wear. It's very difficult to style it because it is so big. I've shown it in previous videos. I have a whole video that I did on this channel months and months ago about me getting into my knitting. I'll leave that linked in the description box below in case you're curious on watching it. And, oh, my battery's going to die on my phone. That's fun. So, I still have 15% left. And, so anyway, I thought about it. I picked all the yarn for it. I started knitting it. And I'm like, the original one took me 6 months. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do something that big. And I'm kind of over knitting with sock yarn right now. Like I'm knitting socks and the sweater that I'm trying to finish are both in sock yarn. I think I'm also doing this because I am avoiding the fact that I have to do 2 inches of ribbing on my sweater. This is called procrastinating, you guys. I don't know where I heard that phrase. I heard it a long time ago, but yeah, procrastinating. I am trying to avoid, I still have 6 weeks to finish that sweater before Rhinebeck, and I still have to do the sleeves, but I will pick it back up, but I just needed something in between, something a little different. So what I eventually decided to do, long story short, oh no, I left the pattern. I'll put a picture of it up here, is I'm going to do another Free Your Fade, which I've knit before. The Free Your Fade I have is all in purples, in shades of purples. But the difference is this time, that Free Your Fade was knit in sock yarn, of course. Then she did another version of it. Like if you own the pattern, you also got a copy of this version of it too. And it's done in a DK weight yarn as opposed to a sock yarn. So it's a little bit thicker, like it's a little bit bigger. I want to say thicker, bigger, like more scarf-like. And I pulled yarn tonight when I got home from work and I'm super excited. So you do it in 3 colors. So there's the picture up there. So I'm going to take the picture down so I can show you guys the yarn. Like magic, take the picture down. And these are the yarns I'm going to use. So the first color is this one right here. It's a gray and a white. And this is called Snow Fox. And the indie yarn dyer is no longer making yarn, which makes me sad, is Sunrise Fiber Company. So this is balled up because I had started something with this, but never finished it. So I'm super excited to getting a chance to use it now. And then that is going to fade into this second color. Look at how gorgeous that is, you guys. Look at that blue. Oh my God, it's popping so much on camera. Oh, it's stunning. So this one I had also originally started something with, and it didn't, that's not what it wanted to be. So it's been sitting in stash for a couple years. And this is from Mrs. Crosby's Hat Box, and the colorway is called Sunset Regatta. Isn't that lovely? Sunset Regatta. Does that not sound like a great title for a romance novel? Like that's where the hero and heroine met, was on a sunset regatta one day. Oh, it's just lovely. But yeah, so there's tag for that. But yeah, so that's gonna be the second color. And then the third color, which is not balled up yet, which I bought, I think, last year or the year before. And oh, this is so stunning. This is called Dirty Beach. Is that not gorgeous? So this will be the final color in the shawl. So it's going to go pink. Like that. Isn't that going to be awesome? It's going to be so bright and cheerful for the winter time. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. So we've got Snow Foxes, Sunset Regattas, and Dirty Beaches. And this is by Sparkling Seaweed. I think she still dyes yarn, but that's not her company name anymore. So I'm not exactly sure what she goes by now. If I can find it, I'll let you know. But the Mrs. Crosby you can buy in pretty much any local yarn store, I think, or online, like on Webs or anything like that. But the first two are indie dyers, and like I said, Sunrise Fiber Co. doesn't dye anymore, but I have an absolute ton of her yarn. So I'm slowly making my way through the stash, but yeah. So anyway, so that's knitting that's going on the needles tonight. And it's living in my fox bag because it's going to be a bigger shawl, so I needed a bigger bag of the foxes wearing hats and scarves and such because they're very dapper looking. I love animals dressed in clothing. I don't know why. I have a thing for it. I think it's awesome. So anyway, guys, that's all. I was trying to keep this a bit shorter, but you know me, I had books to share. Book mail. That's awesome. And yeah, anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And like I said, I'm going to have a tag video up on Saturday. On Sunday, of course, will be my weekly reads video. Next week will be an anticipated reads. And of course, stay tuned next Thursday. I think I'm going to be talking all about the new book club. So yeah, so stay tuned for that as well. Anyway, guys, until my next video, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.